With me today is Lou, who we've met before, and Bob Glickman. Coming in now is Cecilia. We sort of went through the site in a systematic fashion. Cecilia, who we had not met until that night, she was the fiancée of Lou, and she claimed to be sensitive to paranormal activity. You claim to have some sensitivity to paranormal areas?
Yeah, very.
Very?
I'm like a sponge. That's what they call me in work, a sponge.
Interesting.
I don't know what it is.
And we sort of went with her suggestions as to where to go, what cell block to check first. She told us she got feelings from cell blocks 4. Celia, any vibes yet?
Yeah, down there.
Cell block 4? Alright, we're set. And that was the one moment that I actually found somewhat interesting, in that she picked cell block 4, which is allegedly one of the most haunted places in the prison. Our guide, Jesse, found it interesting that she picked cell block 4. You can tell by the way he says it, because he is kind of a skeptic. He almost sighs when he says it.
It's supposedly one of the most haunted cell blocks for several reasons. That's where on Ghost Hunters the Dude Run thing happened. Also, one of the more infamous stories, our volunteer locksmith, Gary, had an incident in cell block 4 where he was working on one of the original locks out off of the end of 4. And I saw like a shadowy figure move in at the end, and when he entered the block, he said that like things were grabbing at him and pushing him and so on and so forth as he came in. A lot of people have like their camera batteries go dead, they say, in cell block 4, after just purchasing them and so on.
Why is that microphone so scary?
Why that?
Because it's running on phantom power.
Oh.
Based on your advice, we've set up our surveillance cameras right here. You can barely see it, and right there. Where would you recommend we first go for our group walk around? 2? Okay.
You gotta.
Bob, can you get the light on? Sure. It's pretty dark in this one. I can't see it. Is anything going through on your camera? We checked out cell block 2 first. I noticed that Cecilia took an interest in a certain cell. She claimed she heard something. I didn't hear anything. I think I heard maybe like a scratching noise, but that could have been an animal or even just like the wind blowing through some plaster. And she said that what she heard wasn't a scratching noise. I don't really know.
This was called Old Fogey Row for a while because they housed some of the older inmates here. So this is 15 block. This was also known as, it was kind of nicknamed Death Row. Inmates who were sentenced to death were housed here, then transferred to Rockview to actually be executed. And you're welcome to go in if you want.
Yeah,
There's a portion. This is the old locking mechanism here. Pretty cool.
Looks like something from Tower of Terror.
Yeah, right.
The hunt itself was a little anticlimactic. No ghosts popped out at us. Oh, that was great. What I did was I wanted to scare Justin, so I'm in a cell with Bob, just checking out the cell. He had a flashlight. There were only a couple flashlights, and Justin was trying to get a light to work because there are no lights in cell block 12. All the doors open and close to the cells. So I told Bob, go, I want to scare Justin. Go back out with your flashlight, and I'm going to close the cell and be inside, and then I'm going to call Justin down, and hopefully he'll think that I'm still with you where the flashlight is. So I called Justin down, and right as he was passing the cell, I opened the door at him and I shouted, and he made this ridiculous, he tried to say like a bunch of swears at once, is I think what he did.
Okay, I get it, Rob.
Justin, come here.
I know, I'm sorry.
Not working.
But
Yeah. What? Ah! You fucking Fuck you.
And it was great. He was mad, but that was probably the best footage we got for the whole thing.
Patrick is a bastard. If you didn't get that.
That was really good.
You know you're my buddy, right? You know we're cool, right?
How are your batteries, okay?
Will a hug make you feel better?
No.
Yeah, they're fine.
Still going? All right.
Will a hug from Bob make you feel better?
No, it's okay.
We really didn't find anything that I would even call evidence of paranormal. There's a difference between proof and evidence in my mind. Proof is something where you really can't dispute it. Evidence is something that tends to suggest that something might be true.
Spirits have been around for many, many, many years, and like I say, I think most of the people who are skeptical are afraid. They're afraid that if they acknowledge that they're there, then they'd have to deal with it.
I would love to experience something like that. I'm inclined to not believe that they exist, given that it would tend to violate a lot of physical laws, and I haven't seen one. But yeah, I think there's a tendency, not just ghosts, but UFOs too, when you get people that almost become advocates of them, they seem way more likely than the general population to experience this sort of thing.
And I think most people are afraid to deal with it. I think therefore most people deny what they don't understand.
Fear is the major motivator for ghosts. I think the ultimate fear is the fear of death. Therefore, having an afterlife where you can walk the earth, brings a sort of comfort level to them. So there's a motivation there. And other motivations I've seen for ghosts or hauntings tends to be disgruntled teenagers, alcoholics, and people who need money.
My stance, which is more or less what it was before this, is that suspending judgment, because I've gone on one hunt, I've taken this one look at it, and I think the most important thing a person can do is suspend judgment when clearly they don't have enough information.